Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Carl. Welcome to the bathroom. 5:15 a.m. Thursday morning. Gonna have a Thursday scrape. Another insomnia edition. Hope everybody's having a good week. Fresh out of the shower. Like I said, insomnia is still going, so you're gonna get another morning shave. Well, what are we? Towel, son of a gun. What are we doing? Well, 12 Shades of Christmas continues. We're gonna be using Hollyberry by Uncle John. We're going to be using the 37C Slant by RazoRock. Shark Super Chrome second use. Straight razor shaving 2017 group brush. Turned and made by Danny Schulman. Alright, and for the post, I don't know yet. Hadn't gotten that far. So. Yeah. Insomnia, man. It's stupid and getting stupider. So, last night, got home from work, had dinner, fell asleep around 9:15 or so, 9:30, somewhere around there. Slept until 12:30. No, actually, it was like just before 12, 11:50 something. I remember waking up. And then I was awake until about 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. It's a small tub, so I didn't plan ahead. So loading the brush is a little different. Great Christmassy scent, little piney, little sweet. I don't know what holly berries are supposed to smell like, but it's a good scent. Anyway, so fell asleep, woke up around midnight-ish. Stayed up until about midnight 30, 1 o'clock. Finally fell back asleep. And I was up again, 2:45. 2:48 to be exact. But I've been up ever since. So yeah, super fantastic. So I did my meme mining. Put a couple things on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see the fruit of my insomnia. Watched some YouTube videos. No shaving videos, just, videos of podcasts. I was trying to listen to some podcasts to go to sleep. Just hit the video version. I like to listen to, I don't know if you guys, I was a big wrestling fan growing up, like professional wrestling. And there was a manager, he managed tag teams for years, a guy named Jim Cornette. Some of you may remember him if you were a wrestling fan back in the 80s, 90s. He's got a couple podcasts that I listen to, usually to go to sleep or stay asleep. And he just kind of answers questions about his thoughts on the current wrestling products that are available, like, the shows, and he does reviews of matches, and then he tells stories about wrestling back in the olden days and how it used to be. Because professional wrestlers back in the day, probably even still today, but those guys traveled like 300 days a year. And back then, before those guys were millionaires, I mean, some of them made pretty good money. $100,000 a year or something like that. Which ain't bad for a sideshow act, a carnival act, essentially. But they drove pretty much everywhere. They'd rent cars and drive from city to city, state to state, town to town. And a lot of times, because money wasn't the best, they would share, they would carpool and stuff like that. So tons of hilarious stories, road stories, and things like that. So it's always enjoyable to listen to. So I listen to the Jim Cornette podcast. Sometimes it helps me sleep, sometimes it doesn't. It dozed me off a little bit last night, so. Also listened to a little bit of the commentary on the political podcast about the impeachment of our glorious President Trump. You guys know I don't get into politics on this channel, but all I can say is, that's that. I got home from work last night and I turned it on and they were doing the votes. And I watched about 2 minutes of it and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep watching this. So then I turned on a Christmas classic, trying to bolster my Christmas spirit. Once again, the work wife recommended I watch the Jim Carrey version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Couldn't do it, man. I tried, I gave it a chance. After about 15-20 minutes, was not for me. Here's what it is, no big deal. Some people love it. No, it's not my flavor. But I did watch this past weekend when I was sick. Not a lot of people remember it. If you remember it, post it in the comments. I posted it on Facebook. But there was an old Jim Henson Muppet cartoon or Muppet show Christmas story called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And not a lot of people remember it. It was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. And they had it for streaming on Amazon Prime. So I watched that this past weekend with the biggest childish grin on my face. One, because I hadn't seen it in forever. Two, because it was one of my favorites. And three, I was beginning to think that it didn't really exist because nobody remembers it but me and my sister, apparently. So if you got Amazon Prime, you're looking for a little nostalgia, something you may or may not have seen, and you have kids, they might enjoy it. I don't know. It's not CGI, it's actual puppets. So they may not enjoy it. I don't know what kids like these days. Tell you what I do like these days is this shave. Not bad at all. Beautiful creamy soap, nice lather, good protection, fantastic, sweet, Christmassy scent. I don't have a good splash or anything to go with it, so I don't know what I'm going to finish off with besides just regular lotion. I may just leave it at the natural scent of the soap. What else? That's it, man. I saw you guys on Tuesday. I've been to work a few times since. Was supposed to go Christmas caroling with the church last night, and I was just not feeling it. The insomnia coupled with the fact that it was cold, and I'm very rarely someone who feels uncomfortable in the cold unless it's extremely cold, like when I was hunting in South Dakota. But last night I was freezing. Somebody suggested that I may be getting sick, but I don't feel sick, so I don't believe that to be the case. I was just cold. So I skipped out on the Christmas caroling, which honestly, not, in my opinion, not a huge loss. Because I did it last year for the first time, and it was not a pleasant experience for me. I don't sing. Like I said, Christmas spirit is a struggle, and I don't think that would be something that would bolster my spirit, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go. If anybody from my church watches this, sorry guys. This is what it is. I do remember, though, funny story about Christmas carolers. Every year when we were growing up, one of my aunts and her family, her daughters, her husband, would come out to the house and carol in the front yard, and then Mom would invite them in and serve them refreshments. But because this particular aunt was a holy roller, holier than thou hypocrite, Mom would always spike the punch. So it would be like a big bowl, and it would have fruit punch and 7-Up, and she would pour a little bit of booze in there, maybe a little wine or a little bit of whiskey, a little something, something. And they never, either they knew and didn't complain, or they never knew. But either way, it was hilarious that my mom was pranking her sister like that for being such a jobber. Kind of funny. And then, of course, the kids never drank from that punch bowl. The kids always got something different. Hot cocoa or whatever. But yeah, that's the kind of lady my mom was. Too funny. So now maybe if the pastor would have had some spiked punch at the house after the caroling, I'd been more inclined to go. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys know I don't drink anymore. Tell you what though, this razor is no joke. I always forget how efficient it is. I've never used one of these shark blades in it either, so while the shark isn't typically one of my favorite blades, it seems to be doing pretty well. But I am trying very hard not to overshave because I already got a couple little weepers. I don't want to go to work a bloody mess. Although now it's early enough, probably wouldn't make a difference. Could have everything stopped. I just have to be a little rednecked. Just a few pickups here. All right, that's good enough for government work, which is exactly what I do. All right, let's get some alum on that weeper. Oh yeah, little tingle everywhere. I forget how good that razor is. All right, let's get the head shave going. Back to the puck a little bit, see how much soap I can gather. Thanks everybody for all the comments on the videos lately. As always, I'm forever behind on answering comments and watching everybody's videos, so I do apologize. I would say I'll try and get caught up, but I know that's probably never gonna happen, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Alright. Got a little too much water in there. That's okay, because I just need a little bit of the slickness for the old head blade. I did have a comment on one of my last videos by the one and only, sorry I'm out of frame, this thing is stuck, Flash Boredom, who said, hey, why don't you do a face shave with the head blade thingy? So that may be an upcoming video in the next couple of weeks or so, because it totally works. I've done it before, like traveling. That way I only have to pack one shaving implement. I know, right? I've done it before, so I think what I'll do, the plan is, when I do it, I'll just do a head blade shave, a head blade silky smooth, and I will use all head blade products. I'll use the razor for a head and face shave. I'll use the head slick shaving cream, and I think I have a sample of their head wax or lotion, post shave lotion. I think the last time I placed an order from the company, they sent me a little sample, so be on the lookout for that. Still trying to figure out how to do the manscaping thing, to show you guys my back routine, my back shaving routine. It's just, like I said, I tried it once and it was hard to get in frame and stay in frame. I mean, I have enough problem getting in frame and staying in frame with the camera as it is. right in front of me. Just trying to focus on my head and face. So the back's a little trickier, but I'll hopefully get some time to mess with it. I do want to do that. Also, has anybody used the Cremo body soaps? I picked up I think I picked up one of each flavor at the grocery store the other day. They had them on sale. I mean, they're typically about $4 or $5 a bar, which in my opinion, because I'm cheap, is a little expensive for soap, especially like commercially produced soap, not artisan produced soap. But they had a coupon for like, I don't know, 75 cents or $1 off every bar. And they smell really good. Like the citron, they have one that's like citron and vetiver. They have one that's bourbon and white oak that I got. And then they have sage and citrus. And then they had one with a blue label. I don't remember what the scent was. I didn't buy that one. I wasn't the hugest fan of the scent profile on it. But the bars that I bought smell friggin' fantastic. And I was talking with someone about it. And the question came up because they were interested in maybe buying some. Do they lather? Because she said she would like a soap that lathers, which I thought was kind of interesting because I was like, really? I thought maybe she was, you know, for her son or husband or boyfriend or whatever. She doesn't have a husband and a boyfriend. I just, whatever. Anyway, she said she wanted something that made a good lather. And so I asked, I said, I didn't think about it, and then later on in the day, I said, hey, why were you asking about the lather on those soaps? I said, are you getting them for somebody? Did you want to get them? And she was like, no, for me. And I was like, oh, you're going to use them? She's like, they smell fantastic. So anyway, if anybody knows how well they lather, let me know. If not, I was considering maybe doing like a lather test, just to see what the lather looks like. Maybe do a video on it. If you're curious, let me know. I don't have them here in the bathroom with me. They're still in the other part of the house. Actually, I have the body wash, the bourbon and white oak. Fantastic scent. I'm not a huge fan of body washes, but those were on sale also, so I picked up that one scent in that bottle. My opinion on body washes is that they're nice, but they can be a little bit wasteful. So I like the bar soap. But that's just because I'm cheap, so. But anyway, whatever, man. If anybody has any thoughts or experience with any of those Cremo soap products, man, let me know. If you want to see a lather test or review, let me know. I'll try and sort that out. I was thinking in the shower this morning, how funny would it be just to set my camera up, because my phone is waterproof, a light, and then just do a video in the shower. You would only see this anyway, but unless the camera fell, because you guys know my camera falls sometimes, but that would not be child friendly. My video would get pulled from YouTube, and I'd probably get in trouble somewhere along the way. Anyway, going from something that would not be pretty to something that is pretty. This shave is pretty good, and I'm pretty finished, I think. Make sure I got that crease in the back of my head. Oh, yesterday was my 2-year weight loss anniversary. If you follow me on the social medias, Facebook. Well, no, I didn't post it on Facebook. On Instagram, I am officially 94.4 pounds lighter than I was on December 18th of 2017. And fantastic. I am down from a size 48 waist to a size 36 waist. I have stopped my cholesterol medication, my gout medication. I have reduced one of my blood pressure medications. I have a heart rate medicine that we tried to reduce, but it didn't work. My chronic back pain is much better. I only have to take an anti-inflammatory every 2 or 3 days now, as opposed to multiple tablets every day. So everything worked out the way I was hoping it would. And I'm gonna let my weight stabilize at between 185 and 190. As long as I stay under 200, I'll be happy through the holidays. Try and get back some calories and just feel better. Because like I told you guys before, I was feeling kind of run down earlier in the month. So I've increased my calories. My weight is still staying under 200. Usually it's been around 195. Not 195, 187. Sorry, 187 to 190 is kind of where it's been sitting for the past week or so. So like I said, I finished at 94.4 pounds in 2 years. I was trying to get down to 100 pounds lost by the end of the year. And I may or may not get there. I'm not trying really hard to lose any more weight right now. But that is what I got, my friends. The shave was fantastic. Couple of little weepers, but that's the razor and the shaver, not any of the products. Anyway, have a great day. Hope the rest of your week goes well. Hope the weekend treats you well. It's getting close to the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and any other winter holiday that I have forgotten, Festivus. Whatever you do, celebrate. Go spend some time with your friends and family because it's really important. Thanks for spending some time with me this morning. Hope you have a great day. God bless. We will see you next time.